on my way now. I'm on my way now. I'm on my way now.
Well, what do you think? Was that worth the walk up here?
Absolutely. Look at that view. We cannot get over how cute and charming this town is.
Welcome to Brașov, everyone. I think it's quite possible today that we have found the cutest little city in the world.
So we're just a couple hours north of Bucharest in Transylvania. This is one of the most popular cities in all of Romania, so we're really excited to see what it's all about. So we're starting things off at the very base of Mount Tampa, which is just outside of the old town. You can see it here. There's the old walls, the old city. We're going to explore that later. But right now our plan is to go up and get a better view of the city.
Whew, I'm already out of breath here from doing a little climb, and that wasn't long at all. But at the top of this hill, or mountain, hill I think, is a sign that says Brașov, and it's in a bunch of letters. They're really big. It's kind of like the Hollywood sign. There's two ways you can get up there, right?
Yeah, you can walk, which I think is quite steep. It takes about 45 minutes from what I read, or you can take a gondola.
Ooh, gondola. I don't know if it's just because we're in Transylvania, but it feels like extra spooky here.
And some of you guys might not know about Transylvania. It's most famous for Dracula, the story of Dracula. So it kind of creates this eerie feeling.
Speaking of eerie, you also get to see the old town. You can see all like the red roofs through the trees. It's giving us all this anticipation to go down there later. Well, it looks like we found the place where you get the cable car. However, I'm thinking this is closed. This does not look open.
So we're off to a really bad start. I can't read Romanian. It's not in English, but I can figure out that says Monday. And maybe it's not functioning, it's not running on Mondays. Let that be your travel tip for today. If you're coming to Brașov, at least in low season, I'm not quite sure about high season, if you want to go up to the gondola, don't try on a Monday. And it's really disappointing because I think there's an epic view from up there. It's really too bad because we'd love to get up there and see the views, but I think you guys might be able to tell just how steep this is. We did say we can walk up there, but it will take like 45 minutes to an hour, and we hear it's a tricky walk. If we do that, it's going to take up too much time and we won't be able to see the old city itself. So right now we're going to head down there. Well, we have made it down here into the square, and oh, is it beautiful. But what we really like is we can see the hill now we were trying to get up on. It was so steep we couldn't see it when we were at the bottom of it. And you'll see the sign that says Brașov, and it's so cool that it's just kind of perched over the town no matter where you go. And I have to say, it's very much a typical European square.
Yeah.
And I mean that in the nicest way possible. It's big, it's open, there's lots of people around enjoying it. Beautiful, beautiful buildings. Very much pastel colors,
yeah,
bright colors. And lots of coffee shops, restaurants, people out enjoying the outdoors.
Oh, Europe.
So I was trying to do a little bit of research online about why there is the sign on the hill, like what's the history, why they put it up, that kind of thing. I couldn't find out much, but what I did learn was that a lot of big movies, Hollywood movies and other movies are filmed around here. So I think it's maybe a little bit of a nod to Hollywood.
So right on the edge of the square here is this enormous church called the Black Church, and boy is it spectacular. It almost took 100 years to build. It was started in 1385 and finished in 1477.
It's actually the largest Gothic church in all of Romania, and you might be wondering why it's called the Black Church, because it's not really black. It's actually named after there was a great fire here in, I think it was 1689, that blackened the walls, so they named it after that.
Just look at this thing. Like, I cannot get over the detail.
It's really, really impressive. I'd actually love to see the inside, but there are a couple of things. One is that it costs money, which is maybe a little strange for a church, but not a deal breaker. But the other thing is they don't allow any kind of photography inside. So what's the point of going if we can't take you with us?
So we've been walking by this cute little stall here while we're in the square. It's called Kürtőskalács. I'm gonna see what it is.
Thank you.
Whoa, that is very big. What kind do we get again?
Cinnamon.
Wow, and look, they're only 15 leg. So look at this thing. It is massive. Not at all what I expected. I guess this is a southern Transylvania typical food. I guess after the fall of communism, they got really popular. Didn't expect to find something like this here. Again, we got cinnamon, but look at that. Oh man. Well, I don't know if we're gonna be able to eat all this. Ooh. It's good. It's very chewy, and the cinnamon is on the outer layer. I don't know if you can see in the middle. It's like a hollowed out log of just dough. There's not a whole lot of cinnamon though, so I would like it if there was more. It's also really crispy and really sticky on the outside. What an interesting little treat. Anna and I were saying it's always fun when you're in squares like this in Europe to try these little snacks and little foods like this when you see the vendors. They kind of do remind us of chimney cakes. I think you can get those all over, but I know in the Czech Republic I believe they're there. But they're tasty. It's a good little snack. If you're in the square, maybe grab one. Well, this is pretty cool.
It's very cool.
Where are we again?
It's called something like Strada Sforii or Sforii. I think it means a rope street, but actually it's one of the narrowest streets in all of Europe. Look at this.
So funny. Look at all the writing here, and it also looks like well, someone named Harry Potter was here. So this place is really cool, and I don't know if you can tell, but the further you get down, the colors start to change here.
Yeah, and if you're wondering why this even exists in the first place, I think historically it was used as a fire lane, so just to get through. So right next to the rope street is actually this synagogue. We thought maybe since we couldn't go into the church, we could go in here and just take a very quick look. So believe it or not, this is actually our first time inside a synagogue.
It is, yeah, and wow, is it ever impressive. It's all like white and blue, which are the colors of Israel, but there's also like these really beautiful windows, and the ceilings are really, really high, and
really
there's
high,
all
yeah.
these arches. It's always so beautiful inside churches, cathedrals, and now synagogues.
It's funny because there's no one else in here at the
No.
moment, and I still feel like I should be whispering.
I know,
It's
we're
just
both
a
like-
natural thing.
Well, there's no one here. They said, come on in.
So because there are old city walls surrounding the old town, there's actually gates to get in as well. The one behind us is called Catchments Gate, and I think it dates back to like 1559. Kind of looks like a little mini castle, but it actually has these 4 turrets for kind of a morbid reason. It actually at the time represented the city's right to administer capital punishment.
Look at this thing. So we just came around the other side, and my oh my, it does not get much more medieval than that. It does kind of look like a castle, doesn't it? So we just turned a corner here, and now we're on the other side of the walls. Like the walls are right here, but on this side there's these little streams.
That's really, really pretty back here. There's lots of benches. It's quiet. It's kind of park-like.
Yeah, it's beautiful. What a beautiful little town this Brașov is. So, bit of an update. We found these stairs that seem to take us like quite a bit above the town. The old town right there is behind us. Quite the view.
Yeah, so maybe this will make up for this morning where we missed those epic views.
That's right. Well, was it worth the walk?
Yeah, check out the view up here.
I know, I can't get over this. Look at all the red roofs. You don't realize that when you're down there. There's so many red roofs. And you can see the bell towers, and you can see some of the churches as well. What a spot.
So obviously the view from right here isn't quite as epic as it would have been from the top of the hill if we had managed to go there this morning. You might be able to see, I'm not sure, the sign up there. It's really, really dark, so you might not be able to see it, but we would have been at the very top of that hill over there. Then we started the vlog from the bottom of the hill there. You can see the square and the bell tower. And then behind me is the big old black church.
So I think it's safe to say that that is probably the second best view in the city since we couldn't get up to the top
Exactly.
of that hill today.
Yeah, if you're coming, hopefully you have better luck than we do, and don't try to go on a Monday in the wintertime.
Exactly. Now, we will say that this town is just right up our alley. We've said it a few times now. I know any of you long-term viewers watching can get that vibe from us because it just has everything we like.
And we always love these like old medieval cities. So much charm to them.
Yes.
This is as charming as it gets, I think.
Oh, absolutely. It's so medieval. Now, if you guys got this far and you're wondering who we are, I'm Trevor and this is Anna. We are the Delightful Travelers. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, and there's a little bell. If you click that, that will allow you to follow along on our adventures. If you hit the like button, that helps us out. You leave us a comment, then we know you're watching. All the things help and we appreciate it.
So in the last video, what were we doing?
We were in Bucharest and we were on a street food tour.
Oh, right. We were eating lots of delicious street food. That was one of the yummiest days.
I know, it was
and
delicious.
then next week, I'm excited for
Yes.
next week. We're going to still be in this area, but we're going to go visit a very, very famous castle. Or maybe a fortress, something like that.
Yeah.
We're going to do a bit of a day trip.
Yeah, we want to see the spooky part of Romania or some of the Dracula stuff. We're just dying to see that
Sort of
stuff.
Dracula
Well,
stuff,
sort of
yeah.
Dracula stuff, exactly. But it's going to be really cool. We know that.
Yes. All right, guys, that's it.
From Brașov, wishing you delightful travels.
See you soon.